everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So my nails need doing, they are in need of some TLC, so if you want to see how I transform them into this, then just keep watching. So these are my nails. They have been on for a few weeks and I have added some matte top coat on this to test out a matte top coat. On my ring finger, I shut my finger in the door a few months back now and the damage has grown out, and where it is weak it has started to split. So you can see here it is splitting straight across and it needs some help. And as you can see just around the edge there, I tried to apply a really thick layer of builder gel to try and hold it together, but it didn't hold up too well. So yeah, there is a lot of work to be done on these nails, so I thought I'd take you along with me, show you how I repair a broken nail and show you how I dramatically take the length down and all that good stuff. So I'm using my Cyan K35 e-file and I'm putting it on a speed 20, and I'm using my willow bit, the Penultimate bit. This is my absolute favourite bit of all time. If you follow me on my Instagram, Isabelmaynails, you'll know I go on about this e-file bit all the time. It is literally my favourite. I love it so much. So yeah, you can see it just removed gel like butter off of the nail. It's great and you have so much control with it, and I love the fact that it's a safety bit as well. It's got that rounded top, which means you're not going to cut your client, which is great for beginners, and I myself am not a beginner but I still love using a safety bit. So I'm just going in and removing all the gel polish design and taking down some of the bulk of the builder gel that I've got left on the nail so that it makes it easier for removal. And on this nail, this is the one with the split going across, so I'm just taking my time and being mindful of the damage because I don't want to catch it and end up ripping my nail, because that would not be good. And you can see here, you're starting to see more of the damage. So I do have a discount code for Willow, guys. It is Isabel10 and it will help you save some pennies off your order if you do use or want to use any of the e-file bits. I'll also leave links in the description box down below for direct links to all the products I mentioned in the video as well, just to help you guys out. So yeah, these are all the nails removed, all of the gel colour and the gel polish design, and now I'm going to take down the length. I'm still using my Penultimate bit, and you can see this is in real time. It just glides through the nail, takes the length down really super quick and easy, and I'm just going through and doing that with every single nail. The trick with doing this is to go in one smooth motion. So as you can see, I start from one side and then drag my, not my brush, it is not a brush, it's an e-file bit, drag my e-file straight across and remove all the length on every single nail. And I just want to show you all of the dust, all of the nail dust that was collected by my dust collector. This is just from one hand. This is why it's so important to have a dust collector, guys. If you do nails, you need one, and also wear a mask. It's so important. So I've just put my manicure clips on and I'm just doing a removal. I have already got a video showing my removal process up on my YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description box down below so you can have a more in-depth look at that, but I just want to do a little bit of satisfying removal here now and zoom right up close. I don't know why, but I just find this so satisfying. Anyone else? Anyone else? Just me? Don't know. But anyway, yeah, going in and removing all the old builder gel off of my natural nails, being super gentle. You don't need to be harsh with this, and we are starting to get a closer look of the damage that is on my nail. As I said, shut my finger in the door about 3 to 4 months ago now, and it has slowly grown down to about here, and because it is a weak area, it's starting to split, and as you can see here, it has completely separated and split, but on the other side we are still attached, so I can salvage this a little bit. So let's go on to prep now. Prepping my nails using none other than Navy Pro Tools, starting off with Doris to push back and reveal all that nice new nail growth at the back there. They are looking a little bit dry and crusty at the moment because we have just soaked off using acetone, so they will just look like this for now until we cuticle oil and finish at the end. So going back and doing this to every nail. Then I'm going in with Ethel, also from Navy Pro Tools, and I'm using this down the side walls of my nail, getting up all that dead keratin and that dead cuticle that has rode along the nail plate, and this tool just gets in there and gets it all up. I love Ethel. She works perfectly for the sidewalls. So I do have a discount code for Navy Pro Tools as well, guys, if you want to save some more pennies. It is May 10, and if you just add that into checkout, you'll get 10% off your order. Don't worry, I'll link everything in the description box down below for what I am using. Feel free to comment as well if you have any questions. But yeah, going on to the next tool in my prep process. This is Martha. This is a reasonably new tool to me. I say new, I've had her for quite a few months now, but she is my new baby, my new absolute favourite. This tool, Martha, she just gets every little bit of dead skin, dead cuticle, keratin, just everything off of the nail plate. If you've got any bits that's stuck, tucked up underneath the skin, it scoops it right out. It's absolutely fabulous. I love this guy. I honestly couldn't be without her in my prep routine now. It's crazy. So going in to finish off with nippers, these are Katey nippers. These are the 4mm blade nippers, also from Navy. I am loving these. I used to be a Helen girl, she's an 8mm blade, but I've been trying out Katey recently and I'm loving how precise you can be with these cuticle nippers. And the key to nipping, guys, is only cut the dead cuticle away. You don't want to be cutting living tissue, so you're only ever cutting the white dead cuticle off of the finger and the nail and all that jazz. So yeah, going in and just nipping away all that dead cuticle, and I just love this. It's so satisfying, especially when you get one long strand of cuticle off. I think it just looks so satisfying. I find doing nails in general just so satisfying. I think that might be why I do it for my job. Anyway, moving on, we're going into filing and shaping the nails. They don't need much doing to them because I'm keeping them short and slightly tapered square. So this is just a generic file. I'm pretty sure I just got it from a local beauty supply store, and I'm just going along the free edge and down the side walls just slightly, just to get that shaping a little bit better. And then on this nail here, I'm just being slightly more careful, obviously, because we've got the break, and I'm just filing away all of that lifted area and the area that has split, because that is the damage. We need to get rid of that so that we can fix it with a sculpting form and sculpt out a little bit of a corner. So I'm just using my file to gently remove that and file and shape the nails. Then I'm going to go on and buff the nail plate, and I'm going to be using my Willow buffer for these. These are the Moonscape buffers, and I absolutely love them. They are fab, they are a dream, and they're not too rough, which is what I like. Nice and gentle, just to remove the shine off the natural nail. No deep etching needed. So I'm going over every single nail and just doing this to prep the nails ready for going in with the gel application. So once they're done, this is what they're looking like. I just need to wipe over and give them a cleanse and remove any little bits of dust and get them ready for going in with gel. You can really see the damage from shutting my finger in a door in these clips. It's not very good. That was very silly of me to do that. Anyway, going in with Oxygenating base from Biosculpture, their Evo 2 base, and I am going to be using this to create a really short, teeny tiny extension. So I'm going in with my Amazon nail forms. These are my absolute favourite nail forms. I just love them. I've always loved them. They are my absolute fave. I will link them in the description box down below, as always, for every single product in this video. So I'm going in and I'm just showing you with my brush there. That is where we are creating the extension, and I'm going to be using the Oxygenating base to do so. I have already applied one layer of Oxygenating base over every single nail and cured in my lamp as kind of a base layer and adhesive layer. So I'm going in with a tiny blob of this Oxygenating base, applied it in that corner and just connecting it to the nail. And as you can see here, it just flows straight from the natural nail out onto that form. You can see the light reflecting on it there. I've cured that in my lamp and I'm bringing it out now, and I'm going in with a second layer all over the nail and then reinforcing that extended bit in the corner and applying it there. And then I'm going to cure this in my lamp too. Once that has come out of the lamp, I'm just going to remove the form because I don't need that anymore. I've built up enough gel to support that tiny little extension, as it is only a small one, and you can see it just there. So now I'm going to go in on the other nails with the Oxygenating base. I'm applying one more thin coat, and then I'm going to cure this in my lamp. Once I have finished that layer of gel, I'm now going to work one nail at a time, applying a slip layer of that same gel I'm using. This is just to allow me to apply a bigger bead of gel and flow it down through the nail. So as you can see here, I'm just applying a little bit more of a bead and applying this into my stress area, building a tiny bit of apex and structure to the nail, just so that they're a little bit stronger. I like my nails to have a little bit more strength to them, and as you can see there, it's got a nice shape to it. I do hold my thumb and my fingers upside down to let gravity pull the nails into a nice structure and apex, let gravity do its thing. So I'm just going to repeat this process on every nail. I cure in between each layer to make sure they stay in place and don't budge and don't move. Once I've done that and cured every nail, I'm just going in and cleansing off that sticky layer, as I need to file and shape the extended nail. I don't need to do much, but I'm using my Willow file. This is the Moonscape file. I love these files and they are my faves. And I'm using this to shape the nail. There's not much work that needs to be doing because it is only a tiny little corner extension, but I'm just going around the free edge and along the side and then over the surface of the nail just to give it a little shape up, checking it from both angles, making sure it's nice and straight. No wonky edges here, please. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to go in with my buffer, also the one that I've previously used, to prep the nail plate, and I'm just going to lightly buff over every single nail. They don't need any filing or refining because we didn't build so much of an apex. They don't need too much work doing to them, so I'm just going to lightly buff over them with the buffer, and then they are ready for design application. I am so excited to show you these nails. They are one of my faves. I'm literally sat staring at them at my computer right now while I'm doing this voiceover. So this is what they're looking like. You can see the little extension there we did to repair the nail. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully that will grow out nice and healthy now. And I'm just cleansing over the nails with some acetone, ready for polish application. So I'm going in with Biosculpture 242 Neptune. This is a stunning colour, and also the Biosculpture Round 6 brush. It is my favourite gel application brush. So I'm starting off by applying the gel right on the tip of the nail, getting as full coverage as I can, and then I'm going to be using my brush to slowly fade the gel up the nail. And this gel is so beautiful. The reason why I really liked using this for fades is because it has tiny little flakes and you can really nudge and push them about and get them really sparse in some areas and full coverage in others. So it really works for doing ombres like this, and the less I have on my brush, the more I push the gel upwards, and it creates that really easy and flawless fade. So I'm just going to repeat this onto every single nail, curing all the nails for a full cure, and then I'm ready to go on to the next step. These shell pieces are from Naio Nails, and they're little tiny crushed up pieces of shell. I'm so glad I found these. What a find they are. I love them. So I'm just using one coat of oxygenating base as kind of like a sticky layer to apply the shell into. I'm leaving it wet so that I can drop all these little tiny pieces of shell into that wet layer, popping them on one by one, spreading them out pretty evenly. I do want some larger pieces and some littler pieces, so I'm just plopping these onto the nail, and then I'm going to cure it in my lamp once I'm happy with the placement with all the little teeny tiny shell pieces. I'm then going to repeat this onto every single nail. I'm going one nail at a time with this, so once I've applied the shell pieces, I'm then curing it in my lamp and then moving on to the next nail. So that's all the nails done. I'm going to finish off the last two off camera and cure in my lamp. So now it's time to seal these bad boys in and encapsulate them, and it will all come together. So I'm applying another layer of oxygenating base as a slip layer and going in with a bead of it and building it over the shell. The only thing with these shell pieces is because they are real shell, they are slightly thicker than normal nail art things, so you will need to seal them in well and encapsulate them so you're not left with any bumps. So I'm going in with that slip layer and then using a bead of the oxygenating base and working it down the length of the nail and sealing in all those shell pieces. I sometimes do hold my hand upside down to let the gel flow over the top of all the little shell pieces and encapsulate them. So I'm repeating this process, curing in between each nail in the lamp just to make sure they stay in place and the gel doesn't run anywhere. And then I'm going to cure the whole hand, make sure they're nice and fully cured, and then once that's done, it's ready for top coat, and I'm going to be using the Bio Sculpture gloss top coat for this and applying one coat of this over every single nail. I didn't need to refine these nails after I did the build and encapsulating layer because it was pretty smooth, but you can always give them a final buff if you want to before you apply top coat. So that's the nails all done. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more watch me works and haul videos and vlogs and all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, I'll leave everything linked in the description box down below for you to find, along with discount codes and product and website links. Again, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait for you to see the reveal shots of these nails. I'm in love. I never want to take them off. Just finishing off with a little bit of cuticle oil and wiping around with a cotton bud just to absorb that excess shine, ready for photos. And that's them all done. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!